I come to you as a Christian, and I am armed also with belief. And yet I have appealed to you by reason, have I not? And yet your only response so far is, I am pro-choice, that is my belief. And yet my question to you, sir, and I'm trying to engage reasonably here, my question was not one of what your belief is, your ideology. My question was one of reason. How can you reason the difference between 5 months and 4 months? Okay, you're in a good place. Let me encourage you. You're in a good place, because I've had to come to that place too. Empirically speaking, the things that we can measure with our eyes, with our ears, with our nose, the things that we take as scientific, lead us to this conclusion. And this conclusion supports what we have already advanced in trust by faith. And that is, I trust that in this word, life begins in the womb, that God has created you and God has created me. Now the question is, does the faith that I have reasonable support? And I believe when I go forward in this faith, I also can argue with the foundation of reason that comes in the wake of that faith that I have put forward. Therefore, I say to myself, I have gone back. I have drawn the line in the sand. I said 5 months. I said, well, if I can say 5 months, why can't I say 4 months is too much? And if I say 4 months is too much, why can't I say 3 months is too much, etc.? And you find yourself at the beginning of the knot, where the line begins. The trajectory of life for you and me has an empirical beginning, sir. That empirical beginning is when our chromosomes double at fertilization, and in that a unique life has been formed. And that life does not evolve from a chicken to a human. The life that you are today is just as much the life that had its beginnings at that conception. Absent that conception, you and I would not be here. There is a definite starting point that is measurable by science and repeatable by science day after day after day after day, which ends in a natural death. Whereas the ideology of I believe in pro-choice can only lean upon ideological statements. I believe it's a choice. Well, it's not a person, and so forth. These are things, sir, that cannot be measured. Therefore, there's a lot of speak around it that tries to build it up as a truthful statement. When we look at it, however, there is no foundation upon which it stands. As I pray, my argument with you right now can persuade you out.
Mama.
Is it at all persuasive to you? Okay.
I don't believe in God is what he said.
But I've spoken to you so far about science. I've not spoken, Okay.
You just don't believe in God.
Well, for that, I will pray with you, and I'd love to have you come reason with us, because I do believe in God. And I believe...
Stop that. She's bothered by something.
I have no problem with you believing, but understand, again, you've responded with a question of belief when I have come to you with question of reasoning, and I beg you, if you have felt that my reasoning is sound in your ears, and you have said it is, then please appeal to me by that reason. That's my only thing. And I will add one more thing if you'll allow me, and I thank you for your patience, truly, because we get some people who get pretty angry at us here. Anyway, if I can make one appeal to you, if you and I were in the court of law, and you were in the jury, and I was in the jury, there would be one basis upon which we would vote in favor of one person or not, and that is reasonable doubt. And I would ask you, sir, given that situation, the foundation upon which we build our own laws, our own judicial system, our own judicial behavior, says if you have any doubt in your mind, you must find in favor of that reasonable doubt. And I trust I have given you that reasonable doubt because you have admitted it for your own self. And our plea, everybody here, is asking that you can take that seed of reasonable doubt and act on it. If at least for this, go into your friend and say, I do support you, but please support me also, because this is a two-way street. And that is to say, I have doubts about this. Will you trust me to at least delay what is happening here so we can investigate it farther. That's a reasonable response
Amen.
for me to ask you to bring into her right now, is it not?
So do it.
Then do it.
He's not going to.
Thank you for your time, sir.